Hi, I wanted to tell you about the story of my brain injury. I'm sort of the X percentage that fully recovered from a brain injury, a severe brain injury. I struggled with it for 8 years, and I completely recovered in a natural, with using natural approaches and non-medical approaches, I can say. And it is a complete miracle. And I want to put the word out there. I went from being incapable of using a computer. I reverted to French, which is my native tongue. I There's so many things I couldn't do. I would sleep 16 to 20 hours a day, literally. Sometimes I couldn't even get out of bed. It was a very difficult time, but from that, I'm back to being fully cognitive and having a very active life. I'm back to doing my yoga practice. Almost the way that I used to do it, and I'm also 8 years older now than when the brain injury happened. And so there is a little bit of a stigma with brain injury. People think that those with brain injury are not intelligent anymore, and even though it may appear so, it's not the case. There's a whole world, and it's a complete different world. The world you live in when you have a brain injury is a complete different world. You're like on the other side of the brain, in my experience. And I know not everybody has that same experience, but in my experience, you see what needs to be done and what's happening to you, but you cannot do anything about it because the operating system, this brain here, this fabulous brain that we have, it's a tool, cannot compute and cannot actuate what needs to be done. Just like walking was excruciating. I could barely walk to my gate, which was about 400 feet, maybe a little bit more from my house. And your limbs don't function anymore. The brain injury evolves and changes over time, over many months. It's a series of defects, if I can say, that happens to one. And so things we may appear to be simple, or people think, who've never had a brain injury, think that we are unintelligent, and that's not the case. There's a whole other level of intelligence that's hiding behind that tool, this tool of the brain that we have. Anyway, so there's a little bit of stigma with the brain injury, I feel. Family and friends and the entourage don't know what to do, which is understandable. Doctors have no answers, and they don't think you can recover. They just sort of help you to get better somewhat. But there's really no cure or anything like this. But yet, I found a way to completely overcome my brain injury. It doesn't happen overnight, and it takes effort and follow certain protocol and a certain lifestyle during that process, but it can happen. And so I'm doing some research currently to complete my book on the topic, and I want to reach a lot of people. It's kind of my passion at this time to help a lot of people. I've helped a lot of people through their own process, to explain to them what was happening to them. That's the thing. Nobody understands it. And it takes somebody who's gone through it, who's gone through the trauma and lived it, to really support another that has this dilemma. So I have a program that I'm putting together and finishing now, and I'm still doing a little bit of research with people who have a brain injury. And if this is you and you can help me with this and you don't mind answering just a series of questions, it takes about 30 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and it's very discreet. It's just a conversation. It's nothing difficult at all. But the process can help you greatly with the dilemma you're going through. You'll glean a lot of insights, and it will help me as well with my research. So if this is you, please contact me. You can make an appointment with me. Look for my email down below. And I'd be happy to schedule you in and have a face-to-face conversation. I usually do this on Zoom. I'll send you all the information. Just send me your phone number, your email, and we can get this going. Okay, thank you very much. Hope to see you soon.